Welcome back to another episode of Boot.
Keep that in. Keep that in. Keep that.
Okay, we're just gonna start. This is Brude Talk episode 4. It's a very special episode because we are gonna get in depth of our last California trip where we went to Los Angeles and rode around, and we had a ton of fun. I rode this really interesting motorcycle that was built by these guys. Today we're also going to go over the brand new Yamaha R9 that I knew was coming for a long time. I think a lot of you guys may have known as well, and a lot of people in the motorcycle industry have known. It's been confirmed for a while now. We're also going to talk about Matthew Woods, because apparently, I just found out today that he crashed.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did.
On the Ducati. They get excited.
Even girl Matthew Woods.
I don't know why, but you love him so much.
He does, bro.
So much.
He does. So let's get into it. I'm going to introduce our host, Nasty Nate.
What's up?
We have Machine Gun Moto.
Hey.
Storm 6R.
Mr. Drag Me.
And
Barely.
206 Sarvesh.
What's up?
Or is that your name now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Who are you again, bro?
Y'all know who I am. I'm the Jigster hater. All right, so before we begin, let's thank the sponsor of today's Brude Talk, FlexiSpot. Have you ever heard of a standing desk with a 15-year warranty? Me neither, but here we are. This is the E7 Plus standing desk from FlexiSpot. As you can see, it moves up and down with the touch of a button. The frame is made out of automotive grade steel, and the legs are thick, and that's what gives it a 540-pound capacity. FlexiSpot also sent us this C7M foam chair. The armrests adjust up and down. They also adjust outward to get you any position you like. It has an adaptive lumbar support, and this seat has a 0.2-inch thick latex layer providing comfort for long periods of sitting. I've actually been using FlexiSpot for almost a year now. This is my main editing table right here. FlexiSpot provides all kinds of standing desks and comfortable chairs to meet your demand. If you want a really stable desk with a tough-ass frame and a 15-year warranty, I recommend the E7 Plus. On top of that, you can use this code for $50 off. FlexiSpot, thank you for sponsoring today's Brude Talk. We went to California. A bunch of things happened. We rented an Airbnb. First thing we did was try to pick up some bikes. And our first issue was BMW didn't know we were going to be there.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
We show up, we're like, there's no bikes here.
Well,
That was the first thing.
well, the bikes were there. We just couldn't
Oh,
take
you're
them.
right, yeah.
We couldn't
Yeah.
take them because they had that M1, the M1000 RR, and we're like, oh, cool, we'll take that one. They're like, yeah, you can't take that one.
Yeah.
We're like,
I thought
what?
that was, I was like,
We're
that was
those
like
are
the
our twos.
agreement.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
no.
Nope. But we were also going to get a GS 800.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but we got the bigger version instead.
Which made Alex incredibly happy because this man was acting like a damn fool on that bike the
Do I
entire
not act like a
weekend.
fool often? I mean, I think that's kind of my MO, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw that bike, I was like, oh, Alex is riding that. There's nobody else
Yeah,
that would really
That
fight
was that was
bike.
everyone's initial thought was this is for Alex.
I stood next to it and I was like, just based on height, I think I might need to ride this the rest of the time.
What's funny is you made that bike look like a normal size
I did.
bike.
Yeah.
I know Abel hated that bike.
Wait, is that bike huge?
It's
Yeah.
it's an
Yeah.
adventure
Really?
bike. It's a big old tall
it's
adventure
a
bike.
flagship adventure.
Like he can
dude.
flat foot it.
A
Most people
1300
struggle
cc
to
adventure
flat
bike.
foot an
I can
adventure
jump
bike.
it.
Dude, he jumped
jumped the
it.
bike.
He
He
did
jumped
jump
it on
the
a
bike.
couple
How
sidewalk.
Yeah.
On a curb,
Yeah.
yeah. I went and jumped a curb because
And this curb was
someone
pretty
said
steep.
to
It
do
was
it.
like
and I was
this.
well, I'll do it. Why not?
Yeah. So
I have gear. Good.
yeah.
Somebody else is gonna pay for the
It's not
damage.
my
if it happens.
bike.
So once we got those two bikes, we went and picked up the Z900, which was very cool. That was my first time using rider share. You rented a Grom,
I've rented a Grom, a Jinxer, and
a Jinxer.
yes, a Jinxer. Actually, it was like the cleanest bike I have ever seen. I was like, this was a
750.
750, and I was like, this is fun.
For what?
Don't know why they have that on there. That's tuned, flashed, exhaust. It was the loudest SC project I've ever heard in my life. It makes the Paleo seem quiet.
But
Really?
but why
Yeah.
why did you rent a Grom?
Well, I was bored in San Francisco, so I pulled up rider share.
Okay,
And I
all
was
right.
like, well, I'm going to do a tour around San Francisco on a Grom because why would I not? I had an MT-03 option or a Grom, and I'm like, well,
Oh, you
the
gotta do a
Grom's
Grom.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to go
got
how
to
the
do a
Grom.
Grom.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah. You guys will notice in a lot of our adventures that Alex gets bored and he just does random things. Like one morning we were like, oh, you want to do a coffee run? I got a text from you, right?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
texted you.
he knew
It
he
was
knew
like
it was
7:05 in the morning. I'm like, Paul is up. Let me
yeah.
text
He
him.
knew I was up. I was in bed, but I was chilling. And then he's like, coffee run? I'm like, yes. And then I'll talk about Abel later. He gets so mad when we don't invite him.
It was so funny.
So Alex was, I'm like, yeah, let's go, bro. Let's. What bikes are we riding? I was like, I've been wanting to try the M1000R. I haven't ridden it this whole time. He's like, oh, I'll do the Ducati, and I was like, lol.
And I was like,
lol. And then like we get outside.
we walk out.
We're walking to the bikes we're gonna ride. This guy walks over to the Ducati, and I'm like, this boy is really doing it.
Really doing it.
8 in the morning, dude. That was the loudest bike out of all of
Yeah,
them.
Oh,
the
easily.
funny thing is that by far it is the loudest bike I have ever been next to, been on, been near. You
Yes.
could hear that you could hear it from a mile away.
That is the bike you
Literally.
want a lane split in.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Like
It's
that
not
was
the one
I
that
forgot
front-
who
the
it was.
cops, but-
Abel was like, yeah, no, I ride behind you. That way I know that they're not gonna hit me because they hear you coming. I was like, all
It was
right.
the craziest so we did a few tunnels, and I would be like, oh, cool, I'm in like the back of this pack. You would hear that the V2 is in the tunnel. We'd get out of the tunnel, like just as soon as you leave, I'm like, wow, it's quiet in a tunnel. It is quiet with bikes in a tunnel because you left the tunnel.
yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but
So
yeah.
we did a coffee run 8 in the morning. This guy starts the bike, and I'm just like,
We didn't even leave.
we didn't leave yet.
I got two texts.
I woke up.
Yeah,
got
you
two
woke up.
texts?
I got 2 texts before I even moved that bike.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
from-
Ellis got up and then
Ellis was
Abel
like,
got
who's
up.
stealing the V2?
Yeah.
You were like, who's stealing the V2?
Okay, I
And Abel's
didn't
like,
check.
No.
Someone-
I said I said in the chat, I was like, oh, like they're going to get coffee because I heard you guys, and I was like, and I was like, I'm not getting up.
Yeah, we get to the coffee shop, and then we're like looking around, and then we get a text from Abel. Thanks for the invite. So we had to wait for them. Anyway, that was a really fun moment. There was a couple other moments too in the video where we went and got In-N-Out and Cane's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. And there was a part in the video where I said, that's why everybody walked away when you fell out of the truck. And I never really explained that.
How you fall out of a truck?
Except me too. Yeah, I didn't know either. It's just somebody told me that.
Yeah.
And they said everybody walked away, and I was like, really? So me and Alex were pretty drunk. We had just come from a bar, I think it was.
Yeah, it was a bar.
Pretty.
And then
Pretty drunk.
I can't tell this story because I don't remember. So it's gonna be an 8.
Yeah. So we all went out, and a few drinks in. We didn't drive. Luckily, one of the homies had actually drove for us. But
Ellis.
no, actually it wasn't Ellis. That
It was
Was
Johnny,
Nick?
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Johnny?
no. It was I'm drawing a blank.
I was Johnny, but maybe I.
No, it wasn't
can't
Johnny
really say
because Johnny
too
was
much about
there.
the story.
Johnny was drinking with us.
Okay.
I'm drawing a blank on his name. I'm so sorry. But after that, we were about to leave, and we're like, we should get some food, like before we get back. Like that'll ensure that we don't feel like crap.
Okay.
Come the next day, and you're like, let's go get In-N-Out.
I said that?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember
Dude,
that.
you were shot. You're like, let's get In-N-Out. Like you were so like, we had to get In-N-Out,
Okay.
and luckily, we were able to find one.
Okay.
But at this point, like you were in and out of being asleep, like fully
Oh,
conscious
dude.
and fully
Yes.
out of it.
I just remember waking up and I was on the sidewalk like this. I looked over, this guy's sitting next to me on like that little curb. And I was like, I want to throw up, bro.
yeah. and like mind you, in the car, I asked you, I was like, "What do you want?" And you're like, two
Double doubles?
two double doubles, and fresh onions.
I asked for 2.
double
Did you get me 2?
No, we got you one.
Okay. Good.
We-
So I would not have been able
We
to
got
get
you
it.
one.
Yeah. So I didn't want to ruin my In-N-Out. That's what I remember. I'm like, where's the freaking burger?
Yeah.
And then
Man falls out of the car and then magically wakes up on the curb and then goes, "Where's my burger?" And I was like, "Shut the hell up. We're getting it." It's like, it's on the way. Stay quiet over there.
I just remember showing up and they were like, we have like 10 minutes to order, or it was like 15
Yeah,
minutes
yeah,
to order.
they were
It was
about to
really- It was
close.
about to close.
Like,
Wait,
that's
you
how
guys
late
are
it was.
that type of people. You guys show up last minute.
Oh, we were like
It was- there
very
was-
end
it
of the
was
night.
like-
We had
This
to.
was like at
we
1
had
or
to.
2
There
in
was
the
like
morning.
7
Oh
of us
my
that were
goodness.
absolutely
Yeah.
shot and needed
They
food.
probably hated you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure.
We got like a box of them. Like
Yeah,
it was
there was
like
a whole
it was
box.
like
And everybody just
10.
grabbed
It
one?
was like
Yeah.
10 double doubles with fresh
Oh,
onions.
dude, I'm so glad I didn't throw up because I was like, I'm not throwing up if we're at In-N-Out. I just wake up, we're at this like really old style building type of In-N-Out, and I was like, whatever, as long as the burgers are good, that's all that mattered to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that when he fell out of the truck?
I didn't see when he fell out of the truck.
Okay, so this might be a Nick story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Nick was the one that told me. That's why everybody walked away when he fell out of the truck.
So,
Yeah.
so it was when we got back to the Airbnb, because we left In-N-Out and we weren't necessarily close somehow. It
was like 10, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. So like
Yeah.
it wasn't like we were around the corner.
Okay.
And I had food and I'd drink, so I was tired. And so there was 2 front seats. We were in like an expedition, and Paul's asleep to the left, hanging on there.
Yeah.
I was out to the right. I have a photo of you just passed out.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. So I did that, and I think it was you, is what I've been told. You come to my door and I'm asleep against the door, and you open the door on me.
I don't remember that.
And so of course I'm asleep. I fall out, but I'm still buckled in.
Oh, I remember this.
So I fall out with the
Oh my
seatbelt,
God.
and I'm like hanging out of the car. I wake up like I'm upside down with my seatbelt attaching me to the car, and then I somehow get it unbuckled, roll to the ground and get back up. And they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm awake now."
I don't think I'm not sure if I was the one that opened the door or if I was right there.
Maybe
but
you're
I
right
remember
there.
seeing it and experiencing it.
Is this dangling?
Yeah, just dangling. And then luckily his legs are long enough, so he just re-uprighted
I'm
himself.
like, "Okay, I'll get
my
myself
God.
out."
and
of
then
this
was able
situation.
to sit up and unbuckle himself.
You know what's funny? The alcohol that he drank, the way he got it, he just disappeared.
Yeah,
Just like,
Alex
Alex. Oh.
did his typical
did.
He
Alex
walked
thing.
to the liquor store and he comes back with like a gallon of
Oh my god.
freaking Jameson.
It was a half gallon.
Oh
It
my
was not a
goodness.
gallon.
Whatever, bro.
Might as well be
It
a
was
gallon.
the Costco sized. I was like, where did you
those
get?
are
You guys got this at
massive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He finished it.
2 days later.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
3 days.
I count as 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And you know
3
what's funny?
drinking
Like he
nights.
stopped stuttering when he's messed up.
I gotta see him drunk. I gotta see
Oh,
him drunk.
it is so funny. It's like the same Alex, but like with less
Without the
conscience, like less conscience. Like he doesn't have a conscience. He just says things and he doesn't care.
I don't really care in general, but yeah.
Yeah, no, right, yeah. It's so freaking funny. Like that taco bar.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Dude was shot.
So there was a scene in that episode where it was actually my idea. I thought it would be funny. I actually was not at all mad at Nick, but Nick kind of pissed a lot of people off during that trip because he would disappear.
Yeah, just straight up disappear.
Like, so
Don't
we
know
had
where the
lost
hell
him.
he went.
Just
Yeah. And it was like, so it was the end of the trip. We were headed to Oxnard, California. And Nick's like, oh, I know a spot where we can go get a photo. And that could be like a good end to our ride. And I was like, cool, yeah, we'll follow you. Right. And mind you, this is like a 2-lane road. You can either go that way or this way.
Yeah.
There was no like way to exit or whatever. So we got out of the gas station and we start riding, and there's a bunch of us. There were at least like 10 of us, right? Maybe 7.
I think like 7.
Okay, 7 of us.
Because
We
at
were
that
riding.
point,
Matt left.
Matt left.
And then we
Yeah.
had 3 more with us. So 6 of us. That was 9.
that's fine. I think that sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were
Six.
rolling. They were rolling 4 deep.
6
Yeah.
of us at 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're riding for like a good 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden we pull over, and I was like, why are we pulling over? It was just this random place. Alex gets in the dirt and starts doing this in the dirt.
I had a GS. I
Yeah.
can't.
There's a CSP that pulls up. He's like, are
There's
you
a
guys
C-
okay?
Yeah.
And then Alex is in the dirt doing this on the GS.
I didn't see the CHP
I said,
officer.
we're good, sir. We're good. And I was like, why did we pull over? Nick's gone. I looked around. I was like, how did that guy disappear, dude?
And turns out he was ahead of us. We thought he was behind us.
Okay.
Oh, I knew he was ahead of us, but I thought he
Oh,
was.
I didn't know.
Gonna
I knew
wait.
because I knew we either had to take a left or a right. That's why we stopped. we didn't see him, so we're like, we don't know where to go.
Yeah.
So we ended up pulling up directions. I think Abel did or someone did. We were sitting there following out. But yeah,
And then we
were
ended
just
up
completely lost.
Yep. And then I was like, oh, this is gonna be funny. Let's pull the silent treatment on him when he comes. All right.
God.
And I thought it was funny. I wasn't actually mad at Nick. Turns out everybody was mad at Nick. Because that silent treatment, like I didn't add it to the video because it was so like, it didn't turn out the way I thought it would.
Was it just awkward?
It was awkward. Yes. And then like, yeah. And Alex was probably the most mad at him.
I mean, he kind of had done that to me literally 45 minutes prior to this. Or maybe it was an hour before, but we were heading up to the first place to eat food.
Oh, yeah.
And we were in the pack, and I was on
It was
the
when we
M.
lost them.
And so it was the three of us. I think it was Ellis, Nick, and myself, and we're heading up. And all of a sudden, Nick just started, he cuts like 4 lanes of traffic and takes an exit. We're not in comms. We're not in anything. And so I was like, and I'm on the, like, I can't even make that if I wanted to. Like, I would have had to have cut 4 cars off, and I'm like, I don't want to die today,
And
so
it was funny because at that point we had accidentally ditched y'all because we just didn't
yeah,
realize.
you guys had ditched, which I was like, cool, whatever. We still have 3 of us, and Nick was leading. It seemed like he knew where he was going, so like, cool, we'll do this. And so he heads off, and then I'm like, well, I can't make it, but he'll see that I didn't make it. I'll go to the next one and come back on him. Go to the gas station because there was one gas station. So I hit there, wait for him, no one. So I think Ellis took the one after me, or maybe took mine as well. But I lost him.
So all 3 of you guys got split up.
Yeah.
So we got all split up because we just all took different exits.
That's
and
so funny.
we're going around, and I end up seeing Ellis for a quick second. We were in like, I don't know where we were in some fancy houses. Like I was seeing Porsches and like there's just the nicest
Malibu.
of things.
It was Malibu.
I don't know. I was
Malibu.
like, oh, at least I'm on a really, really nice bike. But yeah, I'm in the wrong spot.
How did you end up? Because you ended up linking up with us.
Well,
eventually.
I dropped
called
in
me.
the because remember like when we pulled up to the gas station, I was like, we lost like 3 people, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Gotcha.
what's going on? And
Gotcha.
I would say like what would be your natural response?
No, you weren't on the
if-
GS. You were on the M.
I was on the M. Yeah, I was on the M.
But you were having trouble with
But I was having the issue because the steering dampener was
Gotcha,
shaking, so I wasn't.
gotcha.
But like
I mean,
from-
mind you, I was still doing 85 mile an hour splitting lanes on 405. Everybody in front was doing triple digits that were higher than that, and
Yes.
so yeah, we got lost because I didn't really want to go over.
But
85.
logically speaking, if you were in that scenario, what would you do if you realized that you lost like 3 people? Would you keep going?
I would definitely pull over and try to find where
which
everybody
is-
is. Yeah,
yeah.
try to
That's
find
why
where
when I did, I
everybody
went
is.
to the gas station and I sent a text to Nick and Ellis. I'm like, hey, I'm at this gas station. Where are you? No response. So at some point, I'm like, well, I need to
Ellis
get...
is trying to find people.
So
he
then-
ended up going to the restaurant.
Yeah, he did.
And then he had to come back because he was like, I thought we were meeting there. I was
There.
like, no, did I give you the
But then I
address to
got a
this?
call from him, and he put a pin in the chat. So like, cool. Well, at least everybody in the group now knows a pin spot.
Yeah, now knows
Let's
where to
all go to
go.
the pin spot.
Yeah.
So I
And
ended
we're
up
still waiting on
getting
Nick.
over there. Yeah.
Ellis comes. We're waiting on Nick. Finally get a hold of Nick. What are you doing, bro? Where you at? He's like, oh, I went to go look at the beach.
No.
Damn it, Nick. We're over here, bro. Like, we're waiting on you. So it was just like a series of where's Nick?
He was Waldo that day.
Yeah.
He was Waldo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was-
And I didn't realize how frustrated everybody was with it. I wasn't. I thought it was hilarious. But I think a lot of things are funny. But I guess, when you're in the middle of LA and you have no comms and you have no GPS on you, it can get frustrating.
So never follow Nick is what we're.
Yeah, okay. So at the end, okay.
what we're saying right now.
There's a
I
story
was like,
about
I'm
that.
glad that you brought that up.
Yes. At the end of that ride, we all went to go get gas, and I was like, "Who's all going home?" Because Abel's dropping off the V2 to JC.
Yeah, me and Abel were going to JC's to drop off the V2
and the R6.
and the R6. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that because that was like towards the end of our trip, and I was like, "Cool, I'm gonna head back. I don't have a GPS." I said, "Ellis, you got GPS, right?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "I'll just follow you," and then Nick's like, "I'm going back too," and I said, "All right, we'll just follow you, Nick."
Oh no.
So yeah, so we get to the, we start going into the gas station, and then
from that point, I see that Nick is waiting with us and not going in the opposite
Yes.
direction like he was supposed to.
Yes. Mhm.
And then I'm like, you're not supposed to be going with us. We're going a complete
Yeah.
other spot.
you're supposed to be going with me
them.
and Ellis
And
and possibly Alex, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
When we got to the guy when he started doing that shit again. I was like, Ellis, I'm not following Nick, dude. I said, I'm gonna follow you. Here comes Alex. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna follow both of you guys.
I just had to laugh because I was like, cool, I'm at the gas station. I know we're supposed to go the opposite way of the majority of the group.
Because we had discussed it
That's
prior.
valid. We had this prior. So
He goes with the group that we're not supposed to go to.
I lined up in the opposite way of everybody else and started following you guys. Like, cool, I know where I'm going anyway, but let's go.
And then the funny thing is like, I want to say like 10, 15 minutes in, like, I just see like the M1000 come up next to me. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be with our group. I was like, get out of here. I was like, it's too late now. I was like, we're not even going back to the Airbnb right now.
Yeah. So me, Alex, and Ellis had an adventure going home. He raced the Yamaha R6, which was hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Hey, I almost had that R6.
Yeah, he was on him. Like,
I was on him.
He was on him, dude. Yeah. And then, we did eventually get home in like, it said, what, 2 hours?
I think it's 2 hours.
Yeah,
2 hours and
we
10.
got it.
We
We did it like hour and 20. And we made a stop at a gas station.
We made a stop.
So it said 2 hours, no traffic.
We split next to CHP
Doing like triple digits.
They
did not care.
Zero care.
What?
The police will still be going triple digits past people lane splitting. We're like, what?
Like, cool, there's CHP. Looked at him. He didn't do anything. I'm like,
Yeah, we just
cool,
kept
just
going.
hammer down again.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
He could have pulled us over if he wanted because there was no traffic.
There's nobody out, but I just...
Dude, I looked down on my... Add a 0 to the number 11. That's what we were doing, bro. Right next to CHP.
Oh my god.
Didn't
just
even
a 0
bat
to
it.
the next to that?
Yeah, next to the 11.
But the
yeah.
I was
next to
gonna
the
say
11.
13 plus the 0.
Yours was a 13. I was on the XSR 900.
Yeah. That GS.
It was very difficult
The
to get
funnier
up
thing is that like kind of everyone in general just moves faster on the highway, even if you're lane splitting or not. It's actually just more natural out in California.
there. Dude, it's
We
like
move
90 is
faster.
like their average speed.
They're like,
No, yeah.
Well,
it's
crazy.
that's what I thought on that trip. But the last trip we did down for the Superbike school.
when you were driving.
And I was driving. I'm like, why are you not doing 70 in any lane?
Really? Nobody was?
Nobody was trying to speed. I was like, can I be on a bike? I need to be doing some splitting here.
That's why we got the most insurance that we could. The girl who gave us a car, she's like, oh yeah, you got the highest insurance you can. You can bring this up or you can bring this back as a
crumpled
crumpled
cube.
box.
And I was like,
And
cool.
you're covered. And I was like, yeah, I know. Here, Alex. Here's
the
keys, bro.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah,
I
worked.
did a ton
He did good.
of miles
we
on
didn't
there.
get pulled over. He was doing like triple digits at some point. He tried though. We
Oh,
were
it
in a
was
Ford
gutless
Edge.
as can be.
It was gutless, yeah.
So,
But yeah, there was a lot of things that happened, and we didn't get to talk about it. And next episode of Brood Talk, we're going to have Nick, Abel, and Ellis as guests, and we'll let them talk a little bit about the trip because there was a lot of other things that happened, like Ellis's phone dialing 911.
Yes.
serious?
Yeah.
I was like, why is he pulling over? And we come to find out,
Yeah. So that'll
That's
be on the
bad.
a future episode of Brood Talk. So
But a solid way to move on, talking about insurance. Matthew Woods had an accident.
yes, he did.
And
Yes, he did.
I mean, the best part about that, I'm pretty sure his bike was insured. Like, how does everyone feel about insurance?
Gotta
Like,
have it. Have to have it.
Because there's a
Especially
lot
on
of people
bike?
out,
It's a necessity.
and believe it or not, there's people out there that ride their bike uninsured, which is
yeah.
kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Florida,
It's
bro,
definitely
like
not
they
smart.
don't require insurance.
require
so
it.
they
They
don't. Do it.
don't.
They don't.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
Even
There's
if,
no helmets in
even if I
there
lived in
either.
Florida and it's not
No
required,
gear.
I would still have insurance
Well,
for
so
sure.
so we had said I rented that bike down there, right? And I was going around. Of course, I had insurance. I was on a rental bike, and I had my helmet and gloves. And I wasn't wearing as much gear. I was in Florida. It wasn't the best idea. It was hot, right?
He was riding a Gixxer, being a Gixxer rider.
I was being more like a
Flip-flops,
gangster.
essentially,
I did not
t-shirt.
have a
Tell me you
flip-flops
wore
and
your
t-shirt.
helmet though.
I wore my helmet,
Okay, thank
gloves, and
God.
boots. Okay,
Good.
But I saw a guy out there in shorts, a flip flops, and like a backwards hat, just on his cruiser running down the road. Just
Did he have sunglasses at least?
He had some like clear like safety glasses,
Okay.
but I saw multiple instances of that. The sport bike riders were in shorts and t-shirts and just flying, and I'm like, yeah, I thought I was going to be the squid, but I am actually geared up here, and I don't feel like I am. So
I blame Tom Cruise for that one.
yeah,
Well, he doesn't have to pay for insurance. I
he's
mean,
not the paying for insurance. but
it's already done for him.
That's true.
But
That's true.
I mean, at least everyone here kind of has had an actual experience, right? Like going through insurance some way or another, like either through a crash or just with an accident in general.
Yeah, you guys know I have, so.
Mister, it's fully covered. It's all right.
It's all good. Yes, I have. Speaking of that, Matthew Woods crashed, right?
Yeah.
I just found that out today. Somebody said it on the live, and then you guys already knew.
Yeah.
You guys must be following him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So
I dream about him.
how did he crash?
I'm honestly not sure. I know it was on the side of a highway, and someone was like, "Dude, how do you crash in a straight line?"
On the side of a highway?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Well,
that's
what he
9K
posted.
crashes V4
Oh, yeah, true.
coming off the freeway, and that's
Oh,
how
I seen that.
that's how you got
Yeah.
notoriety.
Yeah.
Like that video got like millions of views.
Yeah,
Really?
no,
And I was
seen
like, this
that.
this guy is an idiot. You know, that was my first impression of IMK. Like, how do you crash the V4 in the middle of the night with no cars around, and you're coming off an off ramp, my
Yeah.
dude? Like, how inexperienced are you?
Hey, maybe at the time.
Look at him. I love IMK.
The devil's advocate. I don't prefer him.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't
Well,
prefer him.
Yeah, I watched that. I was like, dude, how does that even happen? Yeah, he came in hella hot. But I mean, you know, you have a rear brake, right? And it's a V4.
I mean, when you
It's got
got-
ABS.
but when he's
It's got the whole electronic. You're going downhill straight up, bro.
Yeah.
Like the bike is up, right? So, do you know how Matthew Woods crashed?
I didn't see it. No, I didn't see anything about
Did
it.
he
All I
make a
just saw-
video yet with his
He made
helmet
a
on?
video where he was on the ground talking about how much he was in pain and he should have wore gear or something.
I think it was a weird video.
It was
in the
very
time of the
like
crash.
yeah.
His friend was fine, so he like threw
Apparently
him
he
the phone and
threw-
told him
yeah.
to record
Yeah.
or something like that.
What?
It's like
It's the
kind
equivalent of you
cringe
telling
a
us hold
little
the
bit.
DSLR, hold the Sony,
Yeah.
bro.
Remember what I said about him in the last? I was like, oh yeah, he's kind of an opportunistic.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that was
you can't-
very
Nail on the
opportunistic
head.
right there.
Yeah.
He's like, here, dude, record it. Hey guys, I just go. Is that what happened? I'm not sure. I didn't
No, it
watch
was
the
kind
video.
of like his friend recorded it, and then like he recorded a voiceover. He was like, "Yeah," he's like, "This is a voiceover. I'm in the hospital right now, laying in the bed in pain."
Yeah.
So it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
think
He
he
has a
broke
broken
his foot.
foot.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, speedy recovery to Jake. Jake.
Oh yeah, Jake. That's even your name.
That's even your name.
Jake.
Look how mad he
My
is, bro.
Still mad.
Well, hopefully the bike isn't insured because it was the Ducati. So
Yeah.
Well,
like, I mean,
you never know. You
Yeah.
never know. Some kids, man. You know, a lot of kids actually
yeah,
probably not insured.
Imagine
I mean,
he's not insured.
it's the easiest thing, especially like I mean, I pretty much got all the money back for my bike.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that was almost $10,000.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
My
Did
bike got
Sarvesh,
paid
didn't you
off.
get back more?
I got the value of the bike for the 2020. I got the value of it, but I bought it at a cheaper price.
Yeah, like
And
8.
everything.
right?
Yeah, I got it for 8K. It had a full system and everything on there.
What'd they pay you?
It was like 11K around there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you got what you've been paying in insurance probably back.
Yeah.
So you kind of evened out.
Yeah.
Nice. Good for you, dude.
Yeah.
So that's sick. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've had a similar experience. Alex too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same one.
Also, the same experience when Alex dropped a bike off the back of a truck.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
that was awesome.
What?
Not my supermoto.
No.
It was hilarious.
He
Hey,
hit a
hey.
mean bump.
Yo.
Someone did
The-
not check the straps.
No, we
We
checked.
did.
You checked all but those
No,
straps.
dude.
The thing that we didn't do was
didn't
the
check
You
class.
the
forgot to
rear.
say
We-
that ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere.
we forgot to
Oh, yeah.
say that ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we didn't.
We
You
didn't.
also should have
didn't.
Viking tightened them.
It was the rear we didn't put down.
It was the
I
rear
think the
because I
rear
think
came
that
up.
it came up. It
and then it
unloaded
kinda
the
like-
front suspension and
Yeah.
it bounced out.
Yeah, yeah. But it's
So.
cool. I got paid for that. So
Alex, you can't be around
Not
trucks.
no,
I can't be around trucks.
Yeah,
What?
this doesn't
First is
sound-
taken.
I literally
Yeah.
own a truck and I've had no issues with my truck.
he does great with them. He does great with them. Anyway, before we take our break, what do you guys think of this new table?
It's pretty solid.
looks
I mean,
nice.
literally and figuratively.
Seems like it's
Literally.
taller.
That's Nate being his white self.
It'll always be there.
Yeah, that's. I just set this table up. This table is from a company called Flexi Spot, and they're also the sponsor of today's Brew Talk.
No, it's made
That's real wood, dude. It's heavy as heck. No, it's not composite, dude. I put
It definitely feels like it's
1,000%, dude.
Oh wow, that's actually
These tables are like $1,000 tables. Yeah, real wood.
It's not
Oh.
fake. It is real,
It's not
but it
anything-
definitely looks
It's not
fake.
like super fancy, like heavy ass wood.
No, it is
It is
heavy ass
wood.
wood. It is extremely.
It looks
heavy.
like it's.
Try picking it up. Sarvesh. Sarvesh.
Try picking it up.
Yeah, bro, pick it up.
No shot. No,
Yeah,
I'm
that
joking.
is. Yes.
I'm gonna step over here.
Yeah, go ahead. It's not that heavy. Relax.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's pretty. It's solid.
It's solid.
Sit on it, dude. Here, watch.
Do you want me to sit on
Yeah,
it?
sit on it.
Sit on it. Sit on it.
It
for
holds
sure.
you. It holds my mom. Yeah, sit on it, dude. And I will show you guys how tall this this table is from Flexi Spot. By the way, this is the
Dang.
portion where we all right. Get in the middle a little bit, so where you don't hit the thing, and then stand up, Alex. I'll show you guys how tall this. Move it up. He's gonna move it up. He's moving it up. Look how tall this is.
I know.
You guys,
5x zoom.
you guys are about to see me on the bottom.
Oh, we're not even done yet.
Nah. It keeps going. Look how high that is. Y'all
My
see?
water is slowly disappearing.
Y'all see us?
By water.
Now that's Viking size, dude.
That is my size.
Look at that.
Oh my god.
It is still holding it.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So now we have to lift it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
Nah, yeah.
Oh, you stand up.
Me stand up? Okay, I'm gonna stand up. Can y'all see me? It's okay.
You can see you through it.
Yeah.
We just wanted to see his height.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's a great table. Flexi Spot. Thank you guys for the awesome table. Somebody let this leprechaun down. Jesus Christ.
Put a bike on it.
Yeah, that could be a bike lift, dude.
I think it can hold the weight of a bike.
I think it could.
I'm pretty sure.
hold the grom.
A Grom? Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
the
dude.
Grom, no
Oh
problem.
god, I'll put the Grom on there.
Grom on a table?
Oh, yeah. Grom's not that heavy.
Grom's light.
Because you know, like on social media, they have like bike in the living room. My wife's
yeah,
got
yeah.
Yeah.
Grom on a table.
Yeah. All the way down.
Who
from
needs a
short.
lift when you got Flexi Spot?
Flexi Spot, thank you for sponsoring today's Brew Talk. Back to the video. We're back.
Oh, this is my turn. My bad.
Storm is so engaged.
Door.
This
So
is why
engaged.
we end it with a big F you every time, Storm.
I got this. Yo, what's going on, broods? Or raindrops? Because I'm Storm.
Sprinkles over there.
Matthew Woods, if you're watching this, give us an update. Did you have insurance? And wait, do we know his V4 is totaled?
I mean, he
Said it pretty
is.
much was
Probably
on the
is.
video.
Let us know if you have insurance and give us an update on your
We wanna
whole
know what happened,
situation.
bro.
Yes.
I'm sure he's going to give
Give us your
everybody an
update.
update because everybody's wondering, right?
No. Give us the update first, and then everyone else.
We want the exclusive on
want
this
to know.
story. Next week we will let everyone know.
Yeah. We'll share the information for you because you're hurt.
Actually
right now.
better.
But there's
Yeah.
a chance that it might get broken up into like 3 different YouTube videos and 2 different stories.
Different stories.
God, dude.
You might have
Stretch it,
crashed
stretch
at a gas station. You crashed with a cop behind you too,
Oh
possibly.
my
We don't know.
So do we like him or do we not? What is
No, we
going
do,
on?
we
Okay,
do.
all
I
right.
love Matthew.
We
Woods.
We
just
just give him shit.
we give him crap for the content that he makes.
It's just like you give me crap every time I
Gotcha.
say I like my R7.
I like your R7
Well, all right. So if you like my R7,
for what it is.
yeah.
But I would never buy one on purpose.
But that rounds us back out. What are your thoughts on the R9 then? Because that October 9th, bro.
Shoosh,
You
yeah.
gotta hate on the R9 just as much as the R7 because we know you're gonna get one though.
Bro, nah, I'm not getting one, first of all.
Guys,
gonna wait
remember
for-
this.
I'm gonna wait for a
remember this
remorseful-
moment because he's saying he's not gonna get it.
I'm going to wait for a remorseful buyer on Facebook
Okay,
Marketplace.
all right.
And then I'll get it so I don't have to pay tax on it and be like, can you gift me the title? I'm paying cash. No, I think I'm very excited about the Yamaha R9. We all know it's been coming. And I'm glad Yamaha finally teased it.
Yeah.
They didn't call it the R9.
No.
But, October 9th.
Watch it be something different, even though, like, I didn't even put that 2 and 2 together when you
didn't?
just said the October 9th. I was like, oh,
You didn't
I
put that
see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But they had a sport bike in the background, and clearly it looks like what would be the R9.
It has a swing arm from the MT-09.
So are you trying to say it's the same?
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
Is it
the,
not the
What,
same?
what's the group consensus?
Okay.
I'm not bike savvy, so it sounds like it's literally the MT-09, but with
So the
Clip-ons.
MT-07 and the R7, same bike.
no.
No?
Abso-freaking-lutely not, dude. I had the MT-07 in the FZ-07 version. It was horrendous.
really.
Yeah, I let Abel ride it. He hated it. I don't know if I let any of you guys ride it. Okay, everybody that I let Ray ride it. He hated it. He's like, I thought I was gonna like it, and I thought I was gonna like it too because the MT-07 has such a cult following.
Really?
People love the MT-07.
It's just because they're wheelie monsters. A lot of people like wheelie monster bikes.
Yeah, they're
It's a lot of
they're
torque.
definitely stunt bikes for sure. It's a lot of torque down low, and that's why like when I rode Nate's R7 for the first time, I was underwhelmed.
So what's really the big difference between the MT-07 and the R7?
There's a lot. Suspension, geometry. It feels more like an R6 than it does an MT-07. Even though they share the same frame, the motor. Is it the swing arm too the same?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong,
But
I'm
it's
not
geared
positive.
differently. I think that's...
No, I think it's the same.
I thought it was a different gear ratio in it.
Oh, maybe the final drive, like the front and rear sprockets.
Yeah.
It could be different, but I mean, you could change that in the
I
other
mean, yeah,
one.
you can change it. But yes.
But no. The MT-07 POS. It's a complete piece of shit. It's a pile of crap. I took it to the canyons. The suspension's horrendous. It's too soft for what it is. And a lot of people do. Like, the people that used to race the MT-07s, they would put stiffer springs in it because the suspension was so soft. Because they did race the MT-07. They would put fairings on it. They'd put R6 fairings, I believe, on it. Until they came out with the R7. And then, R7 won some championships. And then, of course, it got taken out by the R660. R660 won 1, 2, and 3 in the last race of the Super Twin that it was introduced in. So right now, the reigning king of that middleweight Super Twin class is the RS660 from Aprilia. Yeah, demolishes the R7.
So do you think there's going to be a huge difference between the R9 and the MT-09?
I think there's not. Because the MT-09 is good, right? The MT-09 has the big USD, you know what a USD, like upside down forks, right? And even the SP version has, the KYB forks up front and then the Öhlins shock in the rear. So I don't think the difference between the R9 and the MT-09 is going to be huge. I think the difference is going to be in look and geometry. Like however they want to create that geometry, but I think it's going to be very similar. So I guess in a sense, yeah. I think the MT-09 might, or the R9 might just be an MT-09 with clip-ons and fairings.
But do you think that
At first I was like, no, dude. At first I was like, nah.
after some further thought, you're like, maybe.
I think it is, yeah.
But I mean, I think that's a good thing that they're coming out with it because we all know, like we had the conversation last week about basically all the companies starting to come out with their middle class or like middle upper class bikes.
Yeah.
Because I can't say it's middle because that's where the R660, the R7, is it Speed Triple? Isn't that? No, that's actually, no, yeah. The middle, it's basically above the middle class bikes. So do you think that this is going to furthermore push for even more nines, like even like Aprilia or
I see what you're saying.
Kawasaki?
Yeah, I totally see what you're saying. So what's going on in the racing world right now is they're wanting more companies like Ducati to come in and race in Super Sport World. Super Sport World is run by World Superbike, which used to be Dorna,
Okay.
but now it's owned by F1, the same company that owns F1,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, FI.
So what's going on really, the reason we got the R9 is because the R7 or the R6 finally lost when Ducati came in.
Yeah.
We've all ridden the V2, right? You've ridden the V2. The V2's fast, dude.
Yeah.
The V2's fast. They have to, like, I think they don't detune it. I guess that is a detune, but they limit the RPMs on the V2.
It feels like it wants to go more than it's like.
Yeah.
For some reason, it wants to rev out to like 15K, and you can feel it because there's not really much of a taper off of
doesn't
power.
Yeah.
It's like you go up, and literally as long as you're shifting, it's like, oh, we're happy. But if you're not shifting, that thing wants to go.
So that's what
Even
Dorna
faster.
did to make it fair for all the other 600s in that class, to make it fair for them to race the V2. But even with the limiting RPMs, that bike is way too fast There's no way the R6 could ever win another championship. So they're replacing it with the R9, which R9 has more torque.
Okay.
Way more torque than on R6, and supposedly more power too. So
Do
we'll
we
see.
think that they're gonna follow in Ducati's footsteps with kind of overpowering it and undertuning it and limiting it, like with a hard limit, not like we're putting it behind, like you have to get a tune. You think it's going to be just as powerful as an R1 but dumbed down in a sense?
No, it's not going to be as powerful as the R1 because it's the Crossplane 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never going to be as
Because you have the MT10, which is, and then the R1.
Yeah.
Those are the comparable, sets there. But in that one, and I could be wrong, but I thought that was one that's geared different. So the MT10 has more torque out
Yeah.
than the R1, but the R1 has the faster top speed.
Yes.
So that's what I'm wondering if it's the same with they're going to do with the MT09 and the R9.
I'd imagine they're going to give it a higher top speed
Yeah,
because
so
it has
how
to
much
compete.
higher top speed is it? But is that going to be achieved with power, like pure
See, now
power,
we're
higher
talking.
rev, or
Speed? Now we're talking.
I mean,
Yes.
I mean, we
Don't
do
make me
ride
get a
bikes.
stater on you, bro. Slow down. All right.
Yeah, I think the
Pump
R9
brakes.
is going to be a true competitor to the V2 because remember what
Yeah.
we were saying, like especially in my reviews of the V2.
Yeah, there's
like,
nothing else.
There's nothing else
There's
like it. And I
nothing
think the
else.
R9 is it.
until BMW puts something out.
Yeah, if they come out with a 750, then it's like okay, now we got a competition, right? Because I think BMW wants to get into this game.
Yeah.
I think what Dorna did to try to invite more manufacturers to compete in the super sport section. I think it's gonna work, and I think that's what BMW's answer is like. Because BMW is dominating World Superbike right now, dude.
Oh yeah. They're killing it.
Yeah, they're 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 every time. It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
watch World Superbike, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, not a lot of people. Like 6% of bikers in America.
More people should
I
watch
need to start- I
Superbike
need to start
because that's
watching
what
it.
helps determine what bikes we get.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is wholeheartedly the reason why we have half of the bikes we do is because people want to ride it.
Bro, there's
on a
people
track.
in this Instagram live that think the R1 races in MotoGP.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
It doesn't?
No,
I'm actually so serious. It really doesn't?
no, dude.
Oh.
World Superbike is where the production motorcycles race.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why they came out with the 25 R1 with the winglets because supposedly they wanted to compete in World Superbike with the winglets, but they couldn't do that because it didn't come from the factory with the winglets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they added the winglets supposedly so they can compete in World Superbike. I think they're just trying to get rid of old R1 stock. And they're like, look at the new 2025 R1
So they're
with
going to have a
winglets.
2026 that's actually going to be a new upgrade.
I don't think so. I don't think.
You don't
Do you think
so?
we're even going to get there? I mean, now we're
think
getting
so.
an R9. They
That
might be
is
able
true.
because what the same thing that happened with the R7. They introduced the R7, and they're like, all right, cool. Like, not that it's a replacement. It's not a replacement, but you have something so we can take away something. So do you think that could be the case? Do you think they might be willing to come to grips with letting the R1 go because they're going to give us an R9?
So when I think of these bikes, I always think of like how the business is doing, and Yamaha has been in a decline for a long time. Honda used to be on top. I think they may still have that title, but Yamaha has been in decline for a long time. And I think all the moves that they're making are towards making the business better.
Okay.
And that's the reason why they got rid of the R6 was because, okay, we already homologated it. We could just make a race version. Nobody's buying the R6 anymore because everybody wants the R1. So we're just going to get rid of it indefinitely everywhere. And people are just going to have to deal with it because we're not selling enough R6s.
Yeah.
So to answer your question about do I think the R1 might continue? Is that what you're saying? What you're asking?
Yeah, do you think they're going to get rid of the R1 because we've already seen the fact that in the EU they're already like, all right, goodbye.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable.
And then they're giving us a solid excuse to be like, well, we still have something that's damn near just as fast.
Yeah.
And people are going to shut up and just be okay with it.
Because if you think about it, there's not that much R&D on the R9.
True.
Right? Just like the R7, there wasn't that much R&D. They just threw the motor and suspension together.
Yeah.
And then they
Then
made fairings, which was just recycled R6 fairings.
Yeah, and then they can tune it up and tweak it along the way.
Yeah. So there's not much there in terms of R&D when you're thinking about this new bike. Is it really a new bike? Nah. It's just a bike that's built differently. That's like taking, what people did in racing before, taking the MT-07, put fairings on it, putting suspension on it, and then turning it into a super sport of a sense, right? Or super twin, right? So, yeah, I think the R1's going away. Everybody's like, especially in the US, they're kind of like, oh, I thought it was going away. I'm like, it's going to go away, dude.
Yeah, it's a matter of time.
It's a matter of time, dude. Like, if the R6 went away, and like, the R6 has a cult following, bro. Like,
oh, yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
They didn't hesitate to axe that.
They did not hesitate. So I'm not holding my breath that the R1's going to be gone. The R1 is going to be gone,
Dude, I thought it was gone. When I texted you guys, I was like,
it is gone, though. If you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's gone in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Europe is a big market.
If they're going to get rid of the R1, what do we think the R9 is going to be priced at? Like where along the way would that fall? Do we think it's going to be closer to R7 prices or closer to
R7 is what, 9 Gs?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. It's 9
$8,999?
Yeah.
But then like out the door is like 11.
Yeah, it's more 9. I think it's
Let's go MSRP.
yeah. MSRP I think is 950.
And the R1 is 16.
Yeah,
I think 16.99, maybe 17.
Yeah, the base.
For the base.
Yeah, it's about 17. I believe
there's
so.
a $7,000
It's gonna be somewhere.
give. So
It's gonna be somewhere in between that. So,
So-
I'm thinking like 14.5.
I'm thinking, I was gonna say
Is that 14?
15,
15? What are you thinking?
14.
I'm saying somewhere around 12.
What?
Not even. There's no way.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
What do y'all think?
Because
Remember
the thing
this.
is that they want people to buy it, and they know that people are going to flock to it. If there's less of a reason to not buy it, people are going to. It gets people off of the R1 platform extremely fast, and then they can nix that within the next 2 years.
I don't know if they need to force it. They just end it.
They
just end the R1.
No, but the biggest thing is that it's not like they're going to lower the price. So the next year after that, they can raise it another 1,000. They can raise it another 1,000 because then at least you're creating a supply and demand effect.
You make a good point. I'll redo my number and say 13.5.
Yeah.
So then are they going to have a R9M?
Exactly. and that's
R9 SP, I think.
and that's
but
the
I
biggest
was gonna
thing
say
is like
the
when you
SP,
start
but
it
you might,
lower,
yeah.
you're able to come out with a
then
better variant that is
a way better
significantly more
variant,
Olin
expensive.
better
suspension,
shocks, yeah.
right?
So then it could be 17. You might get the better power,
Exactly.
better rings. I don't know.
'Cause
They might do whatever.
I
out
mean,
of
I
that.
guess you're right because the MT-09 SP is actually not even that much money. It's not that
Dang,
much
you're
money.
smart. You're smart, man.
Every once in a while.
he's not, 2.2.
Are you guys
GBA.
excited about the R9?
No.
No.
What you mean, bro?
If you could afford the R9, would you be
It's an
excited about
exciting bike.
I just want 1,000.
it? You just want 1,000.
But why?
okay.
But it's an almost
Because-
1,000.
Yeah.
Well, what's the
You're
top
pretty
speed?
close.
That's all I care about. What's the top speed of that
So
thing,
this is
dude?
Storm.
What
He's
about
like,
the V2? You love the V2.
Oh, I love the V2.
Well,
same-
that's not 1,000.
Oh, it's not? Oh, wait, it's not. Wait, what's the...
It's
like
just
ni-
shy.
nine something.
955
Yeah.
cc's.
Are you going to get it?
Eventually, I'll get one.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
eventually.
Let me write it.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, eventually you'll get a chance. You will get a chance to ride it. Yeah. What about you, Sarah? You excited for it?
Well, I mean,
Because remember, you were looking at R1s. You
I
wanted
was.
Abel's
I
R1.
really
F.
wanted the R1M
Yeah.
from Abel. I mean,
So what's your thoughts? Because
Just so you know,
you were prospectively
We did a
looking at it.
dig, or not a dig. We did a roll race.
you guys did?
Yeah, me and Abel on his R1M and my RSV4, and he said I made him look like he was standing still. RSV4 is fast, dude.
That R1M
Dude, I
is
didn't-
very fast, though.
It didn't look like he was trying. That's why I was like, "Whoa, were you full pin?" He's like, "Dude, I was pinned 6." I was like, "Oh, dude, I passed you like nothing."
I wonder if he was
But
short
remember, he
shifting.
also has. I don't know exactly how heavy Abel is.
And
I'm
I was
not
in
gonna
the
try
back.
to
I was
guess.
like, maybe like a bus length behind him because I wanted to see, like how if I could pull on him, dude. I
Easily?
And then he was like, and that's when I pulled over. I asked him, I was like, "Yo, were you even trying?" He said, "Dude, I was full pinned and you passed me."
Fully
like,
tucked and everything?
Yeah, full pin, fully tucked, 6
He was in,
gear.
like-
And he said, "You passed me like I was standing still."
Bro's probably in rain mode.
But what's your
She's
but,
a
what,
V4, dude.
but Sarvesh, what is your thoughts on it? Like you were actively thinking about an R1M.
I was
so-
I was actively thinking about it, but I mean, I didn't choose it because of the power. It's a 1 liter bike. I mean, I want to ride it first and then make a comment about it. But I mean, I'm pretty excited for it. I want to.
Yeah. It's an
Ooh,
exciting
yeah,
bike, dude.
it's
Like,
different. It's like it's a new thing. It's like
when the R6 went away and then they gave us the R7, like people were like, you know, as much as Yamaha doesn't claim that this was a replacement, in a lot of people's minds, it's like you took away the R6
and then brought out with the
and then
R7.
gave us the R7.
Yeah. Even though there's almost a 50 horsepower difference.
Yeah, everybody was so mad.
Yeah.
And then like you heard people like, well, maybe they'll give us the R9. Maybe
And
they'll
now
give us
it's
the
coming
R9. I want to thank Ducati for giving us the Yamaha R9.
They're pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, Ducati entered the race with V2, destroyed Yamaha's R6. You know, the 7-time Super Sport World Champ, right? Almost like in a row. Destroyed the R6, so Yamaha's like, okay, we got to make the R9 now.
It's like, guys, go to R&D. We are
not going to beat this thing.
It's like,
There's
oh
no
no,
way.
everybody panic.
Yeah, we can't dumb down the R1 and make it compete against the V2. That's
Yeah.
completely
How
not fair.
quickly can we do this? Oh wait, we already have a 900 class. Let's just add fairings.
Yeah.
Let's just add fairings, guys.
You know what though? Ducati has a history of entering the ring with bikes that shouldn't be in these races because they're overpowered, and Dorna just let them. Like they'll have like Ducati has its own set of rules.
It's the
you
privileged
serious?
dad thing where
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like you can't get in, but the dad slips a few $100s.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you can be here.
So they're
now.
like, oh, Ducati. So because I don't know if you guys remember, Ducati used before the V4 they were twins. So Dorna had their own set of rules for the twin cylinders, right? They're like these 1200 cc twin cylinders that
Yeah.
like make a ton of power, and Dorna allowed them as long as like they were within a certain parameter. Nobody else was running twins,
Yeah.
right? So it's like it's literally a set of rules for Ducati.
Yeah. And it's part of it is because Ducati likes to push the envelope of performance, and we have to give them credit. They know how to make performance vehicles, performance bikes.
Yeah,
They make a lot of other stuff, but when it comes to their performance, they're high performance bikes.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
bar none.
And Yamaha finally threw in the towel, and they're like, we're going to run the V4 and GP. Because for a while, they were the only ones running the crossplane.
Oh.
Yeah, for a long time. Rossi ran the crossplane and won a bunch. It was the underpowered motor. Honda was running V4 forever.
Yeah, I remember that.
Suzuki ran V4s in GP. This is GP.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had it wasn't a Gixxer V4, okay? You look so confused. It's a Gixxer V4. But speaking of V4s, there's a rumor that CF Moto is coming out with a V4.
There is.
Wait, really?
Yeah. They put in the patent the same time that they put in the patent for the 675. And CF Moto, somebody from CF Moto already confirmed, yes, we are working on a V4.
It has been confirmed. I've seen.
It's
the
gonna look
patents.
sick.
I've seen the patents on all of it. Yeah.
It's going to
Looks
look
pretty
sick.
I've
cool.
not seen
You know
that
what's
yet.
going to be sick? The price, dude. The
price
price,
is gonna be
is
sweet.
going to
It'll
be
be the
so
cheapest
sick.
leader bike you
Oh
can
yeah,
get for
bro.
high
Trust me, I'm gonna
performance.
as soon as they drop it, I'm gonna look on Facebook Marketplace, bro.
But boy,
I'm gonna be over there like,
This-
okay, so I can sell my, my S1000 and somehow buy 2-liter bikes.
Yes.
I'm so confused.
Yes, exactly.
but this raises the question as well that I just thought about because of CF Moto. Do you think they're gonna include more of an electronics package akin to the R1 for the R9 or closer to the R7? For
No, they're gonna put the 6-axis IMU in the
Okay.
R9
Oh,
for
for
sure.
sure. Yeah.
because
1000%.
like when you think about it, CF Moto is like, you want electronics? Here you go.
Yep, that's
the
all.
whole suite.
Everything's in there.
Yes.
Everything's in there. Yeah.
CF Moto's like flagship. No, they're all flagships.
Yeah, they're all flagships. Like, what
We're
do you
all
want?
flagships. What do you
Upgrade
mean?
Packages, everything
Yeah.
is the fully upgraded.
Yeah, there's
package.
no CF Moto 675 SSM. No, they're just like, no, they're all the same. They're
Yeah.
all good. Like, has everything. I don't know how they can afford that. Like, yeah, they're made in China. That's literally the reason prices are so low, because the bikes are literally made in China. It's a Chinese company.
So,
But it's good quality.
yeah.
It is good quality. Yeah.
Good quality.
So you just bought a Grom, and you're gonna go have fun on that.
Yes.
I don't really want to buy a high Grom. I want to buy a Papio, which is the
CF
CF Moto's
Moto.
Grom.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
And then we
they're-
suit up
And they're a little bit bigger because I've been on a Grom and it was a horrible experience for a 6'4" guy. Just let me tell you.
Yes. I agree.
So what I hear is that we're mean mugging on Groms and Papios.
We're just gonna be doing a
next year.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
No, we're gonna be the Grom broods.
the Grom broods. The broods.
We should all get like biker vests and strictly wear it. Strictly
in.
wear it
Patch
when
in that says
It'll be
broods.
patched in,
Yeah,
says
yeah.
brood on the back
Broods,
corner.
yeah, and strictly wear it only when we're on the Groms and Papios. Like that sounds like a fantastic
That's a good
idea.
Yep, I'm down for that.
We're not an MC. No shot.
No.
We're
no.
just a club of homies
Yes.
on Papios and Groms.
Yes.
No, hell no. We're an MC. What
Oh my god,
Oh.
dude.
This guy's like, I'm out here trying to rip,
you're
bro.
into MCs?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say
that's not
okay,
the dude.
because I could get it. I could get into that with you.
Just
No.
for some people.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
we'll get into that next podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to get off topic. Speaking of technology, comms, and helmets.
I
started riding before comms.
Ooh, I don't know how
So
you did
I
that.
know how to ride without comms.
You also ride a loud bike, so even if you had comms, you couldn't hear it.
Proof in fact, it is true.
is
Even with
true.
comms on
I
the
had my car on
RSV4, you
full
can't hear
blast.
that.
I'm behind him. I couldn't hear anything.
Hear squat,
No.
It
bro.
was him and John. They were in
Yeah.
front of me. I was on my 300.
Can't
I
hear
couldn't even. There was a
squat.
cop car behind us trying to get by us. I remember this. We were on the highway, and I'm looking back and forth, and I'm trying to get their attention. They can't hear anything.
But the funny thing is that if they had comms,
Yeah.
We could have told them.
could have told them.
I mean,
Okay.
so being on the RSV4 and on the V2 in LA, so in LA, both bikes incredibly loud. I've had comms and it does kind of work. And I do kind of enjoy it because on the ride, so we did the big group ride in LA, right? And I was on comms with
With me,
Nate.
yeah.
And
Oh,
it was,
okay.
So
It was nice because
It was nice.
if we couldn't if we couldn't hear each other, it would have been a lot more chaos trying to figure out where the hell
I
the
felt
group
safer
was.
in that group ride because I could see him, I could see you. I'd be like, "There's Paul to my left, there's Nate over here," and like we could say, "Hey, there's an idiot doing a wheelie beside us. Watch out!" Or
Okay. Oh, you're talking about the meet.
Yeah,
The
so
ride
at the meet, we had the 150, 200
Gotcha.
bikes on there. I was in comms with him, and it was really handy to
That's
have.
cool, man. Okay, so
we
that's a
had
good
some
perspective.
random like one
We
of a random person.
We're like open comms group. He joined and said close comms. Before I hit close, we had another random dude that kept connecting on that ride.
That's so
He's
funny.
like, "Who is this? Who
What
is
comms
this?"
were you guys using?
Cardos.
Cardo.
Yeah.
But
Use
Paul,
my code.
Paul, why?
What's your code? Hold on, tell him your code. What's your code?
Storm 6R.
There we go.
But Paul, why do you not ride with comms? Everybody else, so like you got
Yeah, I
me,
know.
Alex, Storm, and Sarvesh.
You just raw dogging your bike.
There's a
dude.
reason for that. Okay.
Is
When
it
I
because you're a
started,
content creator and you don't want to actually talk to anybody else except your helmet, and so you're not wanting to have that in your head?
yes, that is the main reason that I do it. Yes.
Am I not to?
Yeah, no, I stopped. I also stopped because of that. Yeah, but I mean, after doing this for a while, after like doing the moto vlogs, it was like I was doing moto vlogs every day for a little bit. I don't know if y'all remember that, but I was doing moto vlogs every single day, and I never got to ride my bike for myself. So it was like, what's the point of comms?
Okay.
Because I had comms prior to being a moto vlogger, but I would only use it for music. I wouldn't actually connect with people. Every time somebody wanted to connect with me, I'm like, nah. I want to talk
So
to you.
like Abel.
Yeah. Oh, is that him? Like he doesn't want to connect with you guys?
He has comms. He never.
He just wants it for
He has
music.
comms?
I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
okay.
never been on comms with Abel in the entirety of
I think
me
once.
riding with.
Once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So I'm not completely against them. And now I understand, like, okay, there's certain instances where it's like that. But for the people who just use it for music, I think having comms is a little silly because you could use earplugs. Or not
True.
earplugs, I'm sorry, headphones.
You're
But
not,
the only-
but you can't legally use them.
Oh, it's illegal.
It's illegal. Yeah.
Because you're technically not allowed to have headphones in while operating a vehicle.
Yes. You can have earplugs, but you can't have headphones.
Well, there you go.
I don't know why this is the rule. It seems really
But the
stupid
other-
in my mind. But
the other thing
that
is
the
that it's
reason.
not nearly as comfortable.
No.
Like it's a lot of pressure because most earbuds sit outside of the ear, and your padding is pressed up against your ears not 9 times out of 10, but a lot of people experience like pressure of the helmet.
Yeah, that's what I asked V the same thing too because he wears his AirPods, and I'm like, dude, I don't know how.
I tried it for a little bit when I first got my bike before I got the Cardo, and I was like, this sucks. Every time I take off my helmet, my AirPod is across the parking lot, bro.
Yeah. So it works for some people and not all.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the other thing. I don't like listening to stuff anymore when I'm riding.
Well, yeah. I mean, at this point, you're kind of used to it, but it's helpful, especially in the instance like when we went to go to where was it, Alex? Because you went fully up the backside
Windy
of
Ridge.
Howlands. Yeah. We were trying to go to Windy Ridge, and we had determined that we weren't going to finish going all the way up just because of time.
Yeah,
and
freaking Black Santa,
but
freaking Khalif.
But the funniest thing was we're like, all right, cool. It's fairly open roads out there.
Yeah,
and Paul's leading on the way back. I'm behind him, and all of a sudden, it's just like he's like, oh, it's open. Cranks that thing, tucks, and it's just gone. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the burger spot that we said we were going to go to, and I'm like, all right, so I guess we're not going there.
Nope.
And I can't catch him because I'm on an R7 versus an RSV4. You're crazy if you think that's even possible.
Yeah.
So I kind of just had to wait it out because it's not like I could tell him, and then I can't even call him to tell him like, yo, like you're gone.
It was so funny. I actually got this whole thing on video. It'll probably be on a future episode of a Double Moto, but it was so funny because I started seeing road signs because I kept looking for the burger spot. I was like, it can't be this far. It can't be this far. And I tuck in. And then I look up. Nope. Can't. Then it's when I saw the road work ahead. I was like, I went too far.
Yeah. Mind you, this burger spot was about 5 minutes from where we were at previously. Like maybe really less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. So I pull over, and I'm like, oh God, where are these guys? Maybe they're at the burger joint. And then like not even like a minute later, I say, whoa, and I'm like, oh, there they are. So they pull over to the side. I roll up, and then I get in front of them. I'm like, yo, I missed the burger spot. Nate's like, yeah, no shit.
I was like, we know.
I was like, you flew by it 20 minutes ago, bro.
That is probably a 15-minute ride past the burger shop if I know where those cones were at.
Okay, let me explain a little bit about how that happened. I was riding in LA on the underpowered XSR 900. It was completely stock. These guys were all on at least faster bikes than I was on. When I finally got a chance to ride a fast bike, it wasn't until I got back home, and I'm like, there's my baby. And as soon as it opened up in the back roads, I was like, I'm going to get mine now.
I think it might also be you have a short attention span or ADHD.
Yes.
Like, we don't know, but I do think that might be the problem there.
Yeah. No, I think you can relate, right?
What?
That's why we're friends. Me and Alex are always next to each other. But yes.
But I do find my destinations, you tend to follow me where we're trying to go because I know where I'm going. Because I will use comms, I talk with people.
Okay,
I have directions. So I find that also is helpful. Even if you're not listening to music, you can put your phone in your quad lock, or even if it's not on a quad lock, set Google Maps and it can tell you turn left, turn right, find all these things. So you can be safer or more controlled in that sense.
That's what I originally did when I didn't have a phone mount on my
I didn't have a phone mount for
put out,
6 months or 5 months. I rode without a phone mount
So what is the consensus then? Are the benefits of having comms better than the benefits, or outweigh the benefits of not having comms?
Yes.
I would say
I think so.
Say yes? You say
Because
yes?
even when I'm like, say like we're at Helen's, I don't have any music playing
Okay.
at all.
I don't tend to.
But if someone crashes, I'm able to at least be able to pick up the phone.
So you guys connect every time we ride?
Sometimes, not all the time, but like
When it's
say-
like a long ride.
yeah, if it's a long ride, we'll make
You
sure
will
to connect
connect.
because it's like usually I'm in the somewhere in the middle or back, or you're in the middle or front.
Do you guys have conversations when we're riding then?
Sometimes, not really.
Sometimes. But I think
It's more or less like pointing out random things.
because I've been on I think there was a ride early on in the season. We were there, and I was in the back. I was being tailed.
Oh yeah,
and
we were out in
he
Olympia.
We were riding these roads. He was up front leading the group. He was going fast, and I was doing tail. I'm like, cool, great.
No.
And
We had someone go down.
We had someone go down, and without comms,
Yeah,
he would
I
have
would've never
continued
known.
going. And I was like, ride her down, ride her down. He's like, what? I'm like, ride her down. And so we were able to communicate, get everybody
like
back.
within a quarter of a mile, I was able to stop
super
and turn
quickly.
around.
Otherwise, he would have been in the, like all the way at the end.
Do
in
you guys
Centralia.
connect with each other when y'all ride, or do you connect with people that you ride with?
Oh yeah, all the time.
I usually connect. Yeah, when me and Nate when we ride St. Helens, and then when we went to
Yeah.
yeah, and then when we
connected.
shoot up to Seattle too.
Yeah, we connected.
Because on the
there.
trip back from St. Helens, we're there. I mean, we're just being fools on the freeway at that point. But you know, it's like
We can
zoom
also
this
we
and
can
that.
also call out if there's any cops.
Yeah, we call out cops. We can start our quick races down the freeway.
Yeah.
Well, just to talk about the comms and crashing, the the new Cardo Pack Talk Pro.
Oh yeah,
actually has a crash detection.
Yeah.
So when you do crash, it calls your emergency contact.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
it's
find
pretty
that
much the
at
same
all
thing like
useful,
your
though.
like what your
iPhone.
phone.
Yeah, I was
does.
like, when I have a phone and a watch that does the same. The last thing I need is a phone or a watch and a helmet that does it. Also, there was a story. I'm sure at some point, maybe it was on episode. So when I lost my phone up at St.
was, yeah.
Helens,
Yeah.
my phone was sitting on the back of the truck, and it has a magnetic case. It attached to the side of the truck. We drove about 4 miles, and then it fell off the truck, and we were headed back. And that was when I was like, "Hey, Paul, we're out here at midnight, and well, there's a cop. That's
Full
so
lights.
strange. Full lights and everything."
He said he got a call. That's
he
exactly
got
what
a
he
call.
said.
There's something going on. There's no reason for a cop to be out in the middle of nowhere.
About a mile later.
A mile later, I'm like, I
he's
don't
like
have my
doing
phone.
this.
Oh no.
But
My
yeah.
phone's not
Yeah.
here.
So do you think that the crash protection is going to be better or worse?
Ricardo?
Yeah, like
I don't-
for Cardo, yeah.
I think
I think it's gonna be the same.
I think it's the same, but I also think your phone and your watch is going to be better. Like
Okay.
they're
Because there's
they're-
GPS on
they're-
it.
You know exactly.
Yeah.
True.
Better satellite connection, because I'm guessing the Cardo. I don't know this, but I'm guessing the Cardo connects to your phone anyway, and
Yeah.
then makes the call out.
Yeah.
So-
okay, that makes
What's nice about your phone is if you have the new phones, you have satellite. So where I lost my phone, there was no cell service whatsoever. So the Cardo would be able to call and detect the crash, but if you don't have cell service, you're SOL. Or if your phone decides to get crushed in a crash, or
Well, I mean,
myriad
I
of
guess it's a
reasons.
good thing, but I mean, hopefully that just means that if you get into an accident, maybe the music will stop playing. Because it'll be actually
You're not
calling
gonna-
the police for you.
Oh my God.
It'll call
You're not gonna be
911.
over there listening to Taylor Swift on the side of the
Yeah,
road.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like, oh.
I guess
why
here's a
am I
better
doing this?
question. Do you guys agree with what I said about not playing music when you ride, especially in traffic?
Yeah.
Oh, well, when there's traffic, I tend to turn my music down
Really?
for sure.
I used to not.
definitely.
Okay.
That would always be on blast, even in traffic.
It's the same instances. Let me take off my glasses so I can hear you better.
I think I use my. I listen to music more when I'm out like alone or I'm like out with a few, just because it gets me something else to be doing. Like my mind is always doing everything, distraction, ADHD. So if I'm out on the road, that's just one thing that it's trying to take away. That I'm more focused on the road then. Otherwise, I'm like, da 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 da. Oh, there's a cool car, this or that.
So is music for you more like white noise?
It just kind of white noise. I know what's going on. I'm
Okay.
out there alone, so I like keeping myself awake or more, like I'm thinking. Because on the bike, I'm not saying you can get asleep, but if you're just going down a long road, you're just da 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 da. You're not
Highway
really
riding
thinking.
is grueling.
And so when you have music, your brain is trying to function more. So I think it keeps it more awake.
Okay, so do whatever the you guys want. Okay? That ends this debate. All right.
So who won the debate?
I like to think that I always win, but I'm gonna give it to you guys. Okay. I'm gonna give it to y'all because you guys actually made some really good points that I agree with. So maybe I will. Not. It's just gonna make my setup so heavy, like the camera.
No, it's light as
comms.
hell. You don't even
It's not
feel
that
it.
heavy.
You know,
I
and if
run
I'm
the
right-
GoPro on the front too.
Look, we've been fine thus far. Okay.
Well, you know
How many times did we just tell you we lost you for this? Just think if Nick had comms on our LA trip, how much better it would have been.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
You're like, oh, you're right. Because we could have been like, hey, Nick, where the
And
fuck
I
are you
wasn't
going?
connected with
You know.
him that day. That was
We
the funny
weren't,
thing.
no.
God. Okay, fine. I will try it one time.
You know what you should do? Just get see if you can get a spare helmet, like one of your spares, and throw the Cardo on there and try it. Just try it.
No, yeah. So we're gonna use it in Thailand.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like
So,
Thailand, I'm definitely gonna use it.
And plus, it's funny hearing his squirrel comments. Like, what the hell are you?
Me and I bet me and Alex would have some funny conversations.
Oh yeah,
together, bro.
I 100%.
like
believe
squirrel. I'm
that.
like, did you hit it? Nope. 0 points.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you'll have conversations like, if I hit this homeless person, how many points?
Oh my god.
It's like I think they're sweeping.
That's horrible.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
So I was on the bike last time. We left the podcast. He was in the car. I was in front of him, and we're sitting at a light. And I see this homeless guy sweeping the sidewalk and the gutter, like just in the middle of the night, in the dark, in the rain.
God.
And I say, hey Cardo, text Nate, and and he does it, and he's like, yeah, I just hit that. So I was able to just like text him in the middle of an intersection
That
without
is
like
hilarious.
It was such a funny experience. I wish I had a GoPro going.
Like me and him both looked at it. Like I saw him look at him, and I looked at him and was like, what is going on?
okay, we're in Parkland. Got it. Understood.
So it has its pluses, it has its minuses. Definitely can be seen as a distraction, but at the same time, it can be seen as a great tool to make sure you're safe, especially in group rides.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think group ride's a big one. But
Okay, so I will try it one time for you guys.
Yeah,
All right.
Seems legit.
This is the part of the Brood Talk where we're going to be answering questions from the Instagram Live.
One of the questions that I saw was, what are your thoughts on the RC9 or the 990R?
Yeah.
Like, what do we all think about that? Because no one here has a KTM and really wants a KTM.
I'll get that.
You have one, but you don't even ride that thing.
I have 2 KTMs. Thank you very much.
Do you ever ride them?
One of them's broken, and the other one I do kind of ride. But the one that's broken is a reason I don't know if I'd want to have another KTM because they're problems.
But does that mean that like a bike like the 990 would be off the table because of things like maintenance? What are your thoughts? You own KTMs.
KTM name. Sorry, I won't do it.
No?
I've already been burned enough.
Okay.
I spent enough
Alright.
time trying to fight that bike. I thought I was gonna be like, oh, this should be easy, and it's been absolutely not.
It's a no for you, dog.
It's a no.
It's a no for you to.
It's a yes for me. I want it so bad. Yes, I want it. I want the RC 990. Am I gonna buy it? I don't think I could afford that and the Panigale V4.
And the R9.
I think the R9 I can afford. Somebody on Facebook.
No, I mean all in conjunction.
All in conjunction, all together. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But
It's a bit much.
I think Panigale and RC 990 would be my choice.
Okay.
Yes, but am I gonna get it? No. I think KTM's are just generally a very high priced motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Storm? I know you're all about the top speed. This is gonna be it. This is their competitor.
I don't like KTM
Okay.
because of the orange.
Are you
That's
serious?
literally the
Are you
only
serious?
color.
Just
I
the
swear.
orange?
No,
bro?
I
I actually
swear.
like the orange.
I honestly think KTM's damn. This might be a hot take. Please don't cancel me. I swear. I honestly think KTM's are hella ugly. I
Listen to
just
me.
don't like the orange.
It's a hot take.
But you want to know something?
You're on Adobo Moto, okay?
I mean, well,
I
okay,
should have
if
been
you-
canceled last year. And for some reason, people love to hate me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so.
Well, I don't know. What's the top speed of that thing? That's all I'm worried
Yeah,
about.
I
We don't know.
KTM RC 990?
Personal opinion, I don't like KTMs. I think they look ugly. Just like the
Oh
body.
my
I
God.
not the
KTM.
color. I'm not
saying.
the store.
Way to
They're
just
just-
double
Yo,
down
I'm
on
not-
Storm's
I'm just-
Yo,
I
opinion.
just
get
don't
this.
like them.
KTM, if you're listening, young people don't like y'all. This is the demographic that you want to sell to, and they don't like you guys. Why?
I don't know. It just doesn't look
They're just ugly, huh?
kind of. Basically, yeah, they basically
So-
are.
Yeah.
If Husqvarna made one, which is KTM, and they changed the color, would you still have it?
If what?
Husqvarna and KTM are the same company.
They don't know. Who's right? It's not Marvin.
You know,
So
you know
if
they
they
make
change-
lawnmowers. They're like some of the really good lawnmowers
They
out
do
there.
also make good lawnmowers. Okay, so
Husqvarna makes lawnmowers? No, they don't.
Yeah, bro.
They do?
chainsaws and weed whackers.
Okay.
yes.
Wow. I
They
didn't
might
know
make
that.
lawnmowers. I don't know.
No, they make like
That'd
the
be
sit down
dope.
ones.
Oh, they do.
The like
You're
the
right.
big
That would-
sit down.
yeah.
That's the one Marvin has.
That is-
I bet
to
you.
mow his lawn.
So,
Interesting.
but
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Wow. So a lot of the KTM demographic must be older people.
Okay. Well. Okay. So here's the thing. I was gonna get a KTM as my first bike,
Which one?
the 390.
A lot of
Okay.
people have the
Yeah,
390.
a lot
So
do.
when I went to the dealership, I was like, "Dang, this is a pretty cool bike." All right, sat on it. I'm like, "Dang, it's pretty comfortable too." Went on Google, KTM 390 top speed. Ooh, 90 miles an hour. Next bike.
Yeah,
Wasn't
he just didn't want a small bike.
No.
Yeah, nothing wrong. And there's no middle sport bike. So KTM actually does not. If you think about it, this is gonna be their return to super sport. They don't have a super sport.
Yeah.
They had a super bike, right, or 1000 cc, which was the RC8.
Okay.
Yeah, remember
So
the
where does
RC8?
the Super Duke fit into this?
That is a super naked.
Okay, I was like, where does
Yes.
that fit in? Because you're
Yeah.
starting to play up there.
Yeah,
those
so like
higher power.
MT10 super naked,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Yeah, the ZH2 that would be a hyper naked,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Fair.
So yeah, they
It's like
don't
the
have a
McLaren
sport.
of bikes.
Yeah, so this will be their return to the super sport world. Which guess what? You know where that bike's going to compete? This is going to compete right next to the Ducati Panigale V2, the Yamaha R9, and all the others that are going to be coming up in
interesting.
between.
Like we were saying, they're about to slide in there like
It's gonna be interesting.
like Diddy with all the baby oil.
So
Oh, we talking about that?
Oh
We
my
talking about it?
God.
No, we're
No,
not.
no,
No, you got him started.
okay.
Don't pull out the oil, bro. Do not pull out the oil, my guy.
Storm kept saying top speed, top speed, top speed. What do we think that the
Oh yeah, that was a good question that we got. Yeah.
yeah? So what do we think the R9's top speed's going to be? No flash stock from
Okay, ready? Everybody say it at the same time. Think about it. You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. 160.
154.
I think mine was the lowest.
What did you say?
I said 154.
160, 157.
164.
Oh, yours is the highest?
I said 165.
Oh,
165?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of us have a clue.
Yeah. Because either that or it's going to be 170. That's my guess is unflash 165 with a flash 170.
Oh, I think 170,
175.
So I think with a flash, you might get that to do.
What's the top
180.
speed on the V2?
The
That'd
V2 is I'm pretty sure it's 165.
Yeah, so I got it to 162.
Yeah, and I got to 162.
But that
as
was
well.
at Helen's. Remember Helen's air is thin.
Yeah, it's thinner. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a good question, though. Yeah, thanks for asking that.
All right. So the next one that I saw was 2024 S1K or 2024 ZX10R.
Oh, dude. S1K for me.
S1K, hands down.
I kind of like the ZX10.
Same.
Hold on. Wait, why?
X10.
I don't know, something about it, because I typically would say the
Something
the
about
SNK.
it.
So you want the bike that can kill you easier? That's what I'm hearing.
Hey, if I'm gonna go there, I might as well go.
Because
straight
S1K
for
is
it,
going to give
but-
you the power.
No,
It's going to
but
be fast, and it's going to be stable, and you know it's controlled.
I thought everybody was
No,
on S1K's.
I am, but like when I think
Hype.
about it, a lot of the it's kind of like the allure of the fact that everyone has it and always does not do well with it. That I'm like, there's got to be like either crashed it or got into an accident. I'm curious what one of those would do when there's a smart rider on there that doesn't crash it, that doesn't have any issues with it. I've only met people with
We've
issues.
seen it. Completely stock road.
2024.
Whatever.
Because I was on
all
a
of them.
2024 ZX10R, and I did hike it, but I've also been on the S1000 at Super Bike School. Still would hike the S1000.
Okay.
I think
1000%.
the ZX10 was fun. Like I said, it wanted to kill you more. It was more uncontrolled power, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things I'm in, like, out of the two, because I know one is mechanically perfect for what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I think that the character would be nice.
I'm gonna have an answer for you, but why the ZX10?
Almost everybody that I've seen around here owns an S1K. Like everybody I've seen, they say that it's easy to ride and all that. I mean, and also it's just, I've seen videos of ZX10 just pulling away from S1Ks. And that's also another reason is I haven't seen much crashes of you guys or like heard much on the ZX10. S1Ks, I've seen a lot more.
But here's the other side. When I asked you, so you're saying it's different. That's what you're saying. When we asked you R1M versus RSV4, you said R1M. A ton of people ride R1s.
That is true.
yeah.
So if you want to be different, and the RSV4 is technically a faster bike than the R1. See?
He's got me there.
That's why I'm like, wait, that's your reasoning. It's different. Okay, that's something to think about. What about you? Why the ZX10? Is it because you have a ZX6?
Well, okay, listen.
This man's like top
Dang,
speed, top
oh
speed,
my
top
God.
speed.
Just hold on, just hear me out.
They're all so
Okay.
close at that point.
They
No,
are.
okay, so my I'm not trying to glaze. This is gonna sound like I'm glazing, but no, but my like favorite street Rossi is ZX10 Mez, so that's the only reason why.
Oh, okay.
that's the only reason why.
Because of a creator.
Yeah.
Oh, got you. Okay, I can see that.
And plus, I feel like I don't see many ZX10Rs ever. Like it's few and far between for me in my experiences.
Yeah, that was kind of part of his answer.
Partially, the dream litter bike I wanted when I was a little kid was like next gen ZX10.
Yeah, I love that gen. Yeah.
And then I just like I wanted to see how much different it would be from like that gen to the newer gen.
Not that much different.
It's not that much.
No.
Okay.
No. It's essentially the same bike, just different styling.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then I got.
Hold on, I didn't answer.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I have my opinion.
Would you like a drum roll?
Thank you. The S1000RR, in my humble opinion, is the best 1000cc ever made. And I'm going to explain why. When they came out with it in 2009, they set the benchmark. They
pulled
really
the
did.
Ducati.
Yeah, it was ABS equipped, race ABS. Because the Honda came out with ABS first in 08, but the race ABS, and then they came out with the semi-active suspension, right? They called it the DDC or something like that. Dynamic damping control.
Yep.
Yeah. And then there was DTC. So it was DTC first, which is dynamic traction control, and then they came out with the DC. And then after that, everybody else came out with it. Right? And then the R1 came out with a 6-axis IMU, which they claim to be first. But if you think about it, actually in 2009, Aprilia was the first to come out with an IMU. They just didn't call it 6-axis IMU. They just had a different name. It was called ep4.
Okay.
Aprilia.
Rider stability.
Yeah, rider control or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. But BMW set the new standard for superbikes in 2009. And they're still doing it now.
Yeah, this is true.
They're still doing it now. Like the Panigale came after. It's just, I think 2000. Here's another thing. I think in 2015, if you guys are looking for a motorcycle, I'm going to come up with a video about this. But if you guys are looking for a bike that's used, I think 2015 and later, like 16, 17, those are some of the best motorcycles. Like you, because you think of it, 2015 R1 came out, the brand new R1, right? The second generation S1000R, which is the one I have, right?
That's what I got.
That's what you got.
I was 16. It's a great bike. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an old bike, but rides amazingly.
Yeah, and
I
I think,
even enjoy that generation more than the new ones.
and then I think a year later they came out with the ZX10, the one that you like,
Yeah.
2016. Yeah, and then a year after that, Honda updated the CBR,
Yeah, 2017.
17.
Yep. That was when they changed the eyes and
Yeah.
gave it an actual LED display.
Yeah, it was such a great couple of years for motorcycles. 17 R6 came out,
Yeah.
right? They got rid of the 16, gave us the 70. Even though it was the same bike, they updated it.
Yeah.
And
Didn't they switch over the no, that was 2018 that they did the Panigale
Yeah.
V4 instead of the 1299.
yeah,
Yeah. I think
and
it was 2018.
and despite the fact that everybody owns an S1000RR, I don't think you can deny that is one of the most iconic motorcycles ever, dude.
Oh yeah.
BMW's first superbike, they won awards. They were on every cover of magazines, superbike shootouts. They were winning them, bro. Like their first one.
Hey, he was in the S1K was in a Mission Impossible film.
Yeah,
It
With
was.
Tom Cruise on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he was over there squidding on that bike that you can
Dude.
see in the picture.
it's crazy. Like you're just like, you think about it, it's just like somebody was like, "What if BMW made a motorcycle? Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be sick?"
Yeah.
And BMW's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we could make a dope one." First one, dude, just blew the hats off of everybody.
Oh yeah.
They made 200 horsepower, the new standard.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane, bro. Like, and that's where I give a lot of respect to the S1000. I agree with you guys in the sense that like sounds like a Gixxer, right? It's an inline 4. Yes, everybody has it. they call it the cheater leader because it's so easy to ride. But I respect it so much because it's like, dang, they changed super bikes as we know it today. You know, before the S1K, it was like we were getting 180 horsepower motorcycles. And now it's like the new standard is, bro, if you don't got 200 horsepower, bro, there's something wrong with you. You know
It's like you're not getting your money's worth.
yeah. So I think the S1K is dope.
And it really did push the boundary because now you actually kind of got to think about what you want. Before it was like, what are you doing? Just get an S1K.
Dude, that's the
Versus now it's like, well, you have other options,
Yeah.
but like you have to think about it because it's like, well, you could spend significantly less, get everything you need, or you can make a deliberate choice and get and lose features.
Ducati came out with the 2025 Panigale V4. What's the direct comparison? Like, how's it gonna do against S1K?
The M1K.
M1K even, right?
See, oh,
That's
it's
not-
going to be
no.
compared to?
No,
Wait,
no.
Oh, wait, it's only
Nice
half the
try.
cost. Half the
No, yeah.
cost, right? Yeah.
That's wrong. I don't think CF Moto is gonna ever get the respect that.
It will
Yeah.
never get it.
No.
It will never
I don't
get
think
it.
so, ever.
But I'll still bring it up because I think it's funny, them being the underdogs and still performing
Just as
decently.
well,
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, you know.
So
They're making
CF
it
Moto gonna be the new Jixer? Is that gonna be like your new joke now?
Dude.
You're gonna be
The new
CF Moto
Jixer.
rider?
No,
CF Moto rider?
I respect CF Moto riders more.
Guess
More
what
than
they
just-
have? They have the 6-axis IMU. They still have ABS. They still have all these things. So
And they're
they
gonna
set
come
the
out with a
standard.
V4. So
Yeah, and the V4
Sorry.
hits, and
they set the standard for like value for the money.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're always the best.
Yeah.
But
Sorry,
just
Jixer
don't
riders. I
think-
tried to help you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
gangster riders are still lost.
I think CF Moto lacks that premium feel because what do you get when you buy a Ducati? You get bragging rights.
Yeah.
All right. It's like, oh, dude, it's a freaking. My wife had a yard sale. I put Calvin's V2 out in the front to attract people. It worked. It freaking worked. People were stopping to take pictures with it, and then there's a yard sale. Yeah, no, seriously. She was like, more people are like, a lot of people are going and taking pictures with the bike. I was like, yeah, I did that on purpose. I just
You
put
and
it
your
out there.
marketing brain.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, people are gonna like this. They'll at least stop, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't
'Cause
put
if-
the
'cause-
RSV4 out there?
No, I don't think I did.
People don't know about
No.
Aprilias. It's
Yeah.
really
I know.
funny.
They'd be like, it's an Aprilia.
Because you think about a yard sale, a lot of people will drive by, but they won't stop.
Yeah.
How do you get
Yeah.
them to stop? Put a beautiful bike out there.
Good point.
You know,
At
So
least,
they
the,
stop.
at least the husbands will be like,
yeah.
You know
I
what?
wanna-
I'm cool.
Let's, yeah,
I'm
let's do it.
cool
Let's
with us
stop you. I
going,
wanna
yeah.
say- like,
yeah,
my
yeah.
bike.
Yeah,
No,
it's like
seriously.
fine, honey. We can go check it out.
Yeah, CF Moto doesn't have that.
No,
it doesn't
they
like
don't.
when you tell people you ride a CF Moto, they're like,
Right. They're like, it's the Amazon bike? Wait, what?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. No matter how good it is, I just think
Yeah.
it being made in China, right, and the price of it is not premium.
No.
People equate, there's what is it? There's a connotation.
Quality.
Yeah, there's a connotation with price and quality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
They think it's cheap, so it's cheap,
yeah.
but it's not. Right?
Yeah.
We all know
it's quality over quantity, and,
Yeah.
and they think that they probably sell a bunch super cheap,
Nike versus
it's not high
Adidas.
quality.
Nike
don't know.
versus Adidas.
I that hurts my soul because even I used to work for Nike and I like their stuff, but it's gone downhill for me. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
But all right, so our next question, which kind of bleeds in with the one we were talking about just now, someone said they're looking to upgrade to a leader bike. Which one should they look into / get in your opinion? Like, obviously, I know you're probably going to say get an S1K, but other than an S1K, what else would you suggest?
CBR.
Think so?
Yeah, that was my first leader bike.
Okay.
CBR 1000RR, I think, is one of the most underrated motorcycles. I think Honda in general is really underrated right now. And when you think of the CBR, people want the triple R, like this guy. Dream bike, right?
The Fireblade, yeah. And the Fireblade is different than the double R.
Yeah, well, I mean, the double R is still a Fireblade.
No, I know
Yeah.
that, but I'm saying like,
Yeah, it is a
the
different
natural
bike.
connotations, like, oh, it's probably
Yeah.
that one. It's like, no, yeah, kind of.
Here's why the CBR. It looks amazing. The power delivery is very linear, and it's cheap.
Yeah, it is.
You can get it very
Even I was
cheap.
looking at the I think it was like 16
Yeah.
for a 2024 brand new CBR.
How much was it?
1000. It was
How much?
16.
Oh, 16K?
Yeah, it was like
for
16K.
2024. That's
Yeah.
really good.
And I was like, damn.
What do you recommend?
But the dealership was like
What do you recommend?
somewhere. I would recommend. I would say the Aprilia.
RSV4.
Yeah. Like if you're ready to make that jump, it's such an interesting
big
bike. It's
jump.
an interesting experience.
It's a cost jump. I think that's the bigger jump.
I mean, you're already kind of expecting there to be a cost jump. A jump from a 600 or
Yeah.
that jump is substantial. It doesn't matter how you look at it.
I want people to have a reliable bike.
But yeah, no, I understand that. But I'm saying if you want an experience and you're looking for a great performing bike,
That's
go with a
okay.
Aprilia.
Dude, that bike is fun.
The RSV4.
Oh yeah, I mean,
bike is
it's
fun.
super
Oh my
like,
god.
like it's nothing but smiles. Like
Yeah.
when I rode that, I was
Yeah.
grinning ear to ear,
Yeah.
bro. You couldn't make me
Yeah.
frown. There was no shot. Like
Yeah, it's got
at
the
all.
soundtrack.
Yeah,
It's easy to ride.
and it's got the power.
When I was riding that thing, I was telling myself, I'm like, dang, I'm so glad Adobo's here right now, because if he wasn't here, it'd be a problem.
Yeah.
It would be a problem for me.
When I got off the track after riding, it was like, I need one of these.
Mm-hmm.
I need one of these,
You
bro.
know what's crazy about the Aprilia? The faster you ride it, the easier it is to
becomes,
ride.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, that's why. That's why I was like, when I got off the track that one day, I was like, now I understand why this exists.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense. But when I rode it up at La Grande, I was like, this is stupid. It's like, why the hell would anyone want this? And that's
Oh, yeah, I
when I
remember.
rode at the track, and I'm like, it all makes sense now. It's like a symphony going on.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I think what the RSV4 has, so over the S1K, for me is the tank. Like you don't run tank grips, but I can take my leg and
yeah.
slap it in there, and it
Oh, yeah.
stays.
Yeah.
And I mean, so I was on the the RS6 Hexty, same thing. It was the same feel. I felt locked into that
Yeah.
bike,
Yeah.
and so I think it's not the most comfortable riding position, but if you're trying to ride fast or you're trying, like I think that's something for it.
So,
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, you know what? I think if you can afford it, go for it. It may come with a lot of baggage, ergo, crap not working.
Yeah, I have
Things
not,
breaking.
had no issues. Like
Yeah.
the gear shift indicator,
Yeah.
sometimes it'll say I'm in second gear, but I'm in neutral. That's one of the
Constantly, yes.
things. But yeah,
Yeah. So
little
it's
quirks.
it's small quirks, but at the end of the day, you're genuinely happy with it.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's my favorite motorcycle I've ever owned.
And I've never heard of anyone that owns a RSV4 say anything less than, all right, maybe it's a little bit of a pain in the ass here and there, but nothing but high recommendations. So
Yeah,
that's my take.
that's cool that you're recommending that.
Yeah.
Yours S1K, right?
No, I'm gonna still say S1K.
Well, not even M1K?
I just think it's a more reliable bike. I think it's reliable. It's the power delivery is just perfect. Like for someone who's not been on a bigger bike, I think you will find yourself in less trouble on that bike than any other bike that I've been on. I've been on a ZX10. I've been on an R1. Actually, I've been on like an R1M, so it's even worse. You know, that I hop on the S1K, I was fine. When I went to Superbike school and got on the really fast or like the faster, you know, because I have a single R. When I went to the double R, got on it, I never felt uncomfortable on that. And I was, you know, starting to, you can pin it and the thing will not pull the front tire, keeps you, you know, feeling planted. So
Yeah.
I think for a beginner bike, I think it's good.
Like
for
an
that.
introduction to
Yeah,
the...
it's like an introduction to a
the
1000. I think the
1000.
RSV4 could probably be a more fun bike long term, but I could still say that same thing about the ZX10. Probably more fun long term.
There was a lot of crashes at Superbike school, and none of them were the S1Ks.
No, none of them.
Yeah, because you
There-
love the throttle. That thing goes...
Yeah, a lot of them were like
Oh, it's
personal
standard.
bikes.
Yeah, personal bikes went off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody that was riding the S1K went down. I rode it hard too.
Yeah.
I rode it really hard.
I mean, that's what you're there for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you guys? What do you recommend for first 1,000?
Oh,
Well, neither of you had
Yeah.
owned
But you-
1,000.
but you guys have definitely
Which
ridden
one would you guys
thousands.
get?
Out of the two? I
No,
mean,
out of any.
No,
of them.
out of pick
I've
your...
only,
pick
I've
your
only
first.
driven two.
Which one would you buy right now if money didn't matter?
Yeah, money didn't matter. You hadn't rode it. You just had
Okay,
the option.
don't go with freaking M1000 RR.
It would be- it
Go
would be the
realistically,
ZX10.
like which one would you
It'd
get?
be the ZX10.
Really? That would be
Yeah.
your next upgrade?
Yeah.
Not the R1M.
Now, like, the more and more I've seen it, and the more, like, videos I see more about the ZX10, it's like more like I want it more now.
That's so cool, man.
So, it's
So would
like,
you get
cool.
the KRT or not? I know it's
Yeah.
I was like,
I
I
100%
so
would.
you want to make sure everyone knows you have a ZX10 is what
A
that's
bright
saying.
green bike.
There you go. Yeah.
And I know yours. Which is,
what?
just tell them what you would get.
Well, okay. What, like realistically?
Realistically, what would you get?
Or, okay.
What's your price point? Realistically.
Oh, I don't really care.
20?
I just want 1,000.
Okay. 20,
Well, so-
25K?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
realistically, is the X10. But for the person that asked the question, dude, just save up 30 grand, get a CBR 1000 triple RSP, you're good. Full pin, you're straight.
Oh my gosh.
You can get that bike for 25 used 20s.
I want used. I don't. Okay,
Oh
I know.
my
I know. We
God.
talked. Listen, I know we
Oh
talked
my
about
God.
dealerships last time, but there's just something about used bikes that, like, dude, I just don't know.
So you
Like,
wouldn't
when
buy my bike? Any of my bikes? No, that's a legit question.
Well, I don't know.
He's practically a
I don't
dealer
know.
at this point.
If I had a
No.
bike that was for sale and I was like, okay, so let's just say ours V4, right? If I'm
I'm
like,
buying
oh,
that.
10K, bro.
Easy.
Why? It's used.
Yeah, no. See, but I know you. You took care of it. Like, you know.
I mean,
Did I,
different.
we've all been on that bike, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's okay.
And I think that speaks to it's at least mine anyway. Like people are like, oh, ours V4 is unreliable, blah blah blah. I'm like, I'll let people beat up on it. You guys have seen me beat the crap out of it, bro. Like full pin.
It's full pin sideways.
Yeah. And nothing. No
No
issues.
slide.
Yeah,
either.
nothing. So
Yeah.
that's cool, man. Well, I think that ends today's Brood Talk.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. We appreciate your guys' comments, good and bad, because bad gives us something to talk about.
Yeah.
Good gives us motivation to keep this going. So it's dope, man. It's dope. You guys got anything y'all want to say?
So, the best way to support all of us is buy a Brood hoodie.
Get these
Yes.
Adobomoto.com.
Adobomoto.com.
I got the best one.
We have the same one,
You
bro.
can see all the
Mine's
colors right here.
I'm really bad at promoting the Brood.
They're
products.
super comfortable. I don't know
They're
why
very
he doesn't want to
comfortable.
promote these.
quality,
But
they are.
it's not even that he doesn't want to. It's that he lives with them so often that he doesn't even think about it.
Yeah.
But for all the people that don't own them, they're really good.
They're comfy.
They're solid.
They're very
sweatshirts.
comfy. If it's cold, it's like out and you're on a ride, like I put it over my air vest all the time, and it's great.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. I think for me, it's like I get paid more to promote other products. So. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. You guys got any final thoughts? You guys are very quiet a lot of the time. So Sylvester just smiles.
Maybe we'll figure out. We're gonna figure out some topics next week. Have these two chatterboxes chatting.
I want them to come up with the topics. How about that?
Actually, yeah.
Let's
Okay.
just
But
do
if
that.
they
You
do
got
that,
homework.
it's
I
Matt
came up with
Woods.
Matthew Woods.
It'd be Matt
You got
Woods
homework.
every week.
You got homework,
every
bro.
week,
What the
bro.
heck?
My God.
You got homework.
Yeah,
Homework.
whenever we ask him about topics, it's like,
Do you think he can do homework? He has a 2.3 GPA.
2.2.
Matthew Woods, follow me back, man.
Follow me back.
Follow me
oh
back,
my
dude.
God,
My
dude.
goodness.
I follow you back.
And I appreciate you.
I unfollowed you.
No, I'm so serious. What the heck? I appreciate you following me back. It's so crazy right now.
F this
Am I being
guy.
gaslit right now?
Yeah, next episode, we're going to talk about how I met all of these ding-dongs. How about
I
that?
stalked this guy.
I have every single moment
When
on
you met
video
all of us.
when I met all of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I want to do that next Brood Talk. Anyway, stay tuned for the next one. That is it. Brood's out. Peace out.
Later.